Okay, I believe this is story number 3 or 4, but I know this is the third haunted story. Okay, all right. I'm gonna give this one, and this one is for my son and my daughter-in-law. Um, One of my favorite horror movies is Christine. I don't know if how many of you guys might have seen it, but it's about a car that end up being possessed, and when this guy buys it, as he begins to fix it, the spirit of the car reveals itself to him and it starts to finish the repair to where it's flawless. And some guys do something to the car, beat it up, and so the movie is about him, the car, and him getting revenge on the people that destroyed it. And then there was another movie called The Car, where the devil actually was supposed to been driving this car. It's a '70s movie, and it was just attacking any and everybody. So I was thinking about some of the scary situations I've been in a car. So I have two that I'm going to share with you tonight, and I hope you guys like it. And if you do, thumb it up, comment on it, and share it. You know what I'm saying? Show me some love. And if it's something that you want to hear about or ask me about, put it in the comments. I'm about to be 50 years old, so I got quite a few stories in me. All right, so here we go. This story goes back to 19, maybe 88, 89. And we had a cousin named Mookie, and we used to, when you grow up, when we grew up back then, everybody went to everybody's house. Nobody had to really have permission. You just was when family was just different then, and so we was hanging with his mom and his brothers and sisters, and we was kicking it and hanging. And she decided, why don't y'all come with me to my mama's house? So we all loaded up and we went to her mama's house. Now, I don't know if you guys know what a farm market road is, but it's a 2-lane road with a ditch on both sides, way off in the woods, pretty much. And there's going to be some cattle, uh, some kind of horses or something in fields. Usually, because trucks travel it a lot. It's farmers road, so they call it farmers to market road. And this particular road, we would take it so far into the woods, and then they would have these little blacktop roads, county roads that break off of them. So we went so many miles down Farm Market Road. I can't take you there again because this was 88, but I kind of remember it a little bit, the way there. So it was like so many miles down this Farm Market Road. Then you would go to this county road, and then you would go so many miles down the county road. Then after you get so many down on the county road, then you went on what was called the private road, which is what, the family owned the land and had a little road made to, connect all the properties when you turn on the street. So we make it to the grandmother's house, and we had to go down all these different roads I just told you about. Last one being the private road, and it was basically sugar sand. It was horrible. But as we came in, I seen no problem with it. We came in. It was about 3 p.m. in the afternoon. Now, remember I told you back in the day, everybody had stories they would share, and they were sharing Hank stories this night. And if you ain't been following, a Hank is a country term for ghost, spirit, the lost soul, Roman, whatever you call it in your culture. So they were telling their Hank stories, and I'm sitting there. I can't remember how old I was, but I know I wasn't a teenager yet, or if I was, I had just turned 13, somewhere around that age. I was pretty young, and it was me, my brother D'Anthony, my brother Los, um, my mom, my stepdad, and my sister at the time, the only one that was born at the time, Shay. And so we had the car seat, and we had to lap up some because it was tight up in there. And so that's how we rode all the way down there. And we hear these stories. Now, when we went, it was 3 in the afternoon. So the sun was out. It was a beautiful day. It looked like a wonderful place to play. As we drove through, I thought, oh, look at the beautiful plains. Look at the grass. Look at the slides. Look at the old cars sitting in the grass. Oh, this is tight. This is a place I would like to hang out. Well, when we finished hearing all these Hank stories and it was time to go home, it was about 2 in the morning. So we're all loaded up in the car and we're on our way back. Now I'm sitting in the front seat. My mom and my other siblings are in the back, and and my stepdad is driving. Now, as we're leaving this house, I'm looking out the windows, and it looks scary, y'all. It looks very spooky because it's a private road, so there were no street lights. All the lights you had was the vehicle lights. So it looked a little spooky looking out the window. So I decide I'm gonna be tough and I'm gonna make a joke. And so I yell out the window, Freddy Krueger, Michael Myers, Jason, where y'all at? Ain't nobody scared of y'all. Why I did this, I do not know. But the moment I did this and I yelled it out the window, we were in a Buick Electra. It had dual headlights in the front. They were square shaped. If you look it up, it was about a 78, I think, if you want to know what it looks like. When I said this, every light in that vehicle went black, went off. Car still running. Car still running. Every light in that car stopped working. So when that happened, I got quiet and I sat back. And my stepdad said, son, it's time for you to shut the fuck up. And I said it just like he said it because that's how serious it was. So I sit back and I'm like, whoa. So I'm looking and it is black, dark. The moon is out, but it's cloudy. So it's just enough light to see silhouettes kind of. Now we're in the sugar sand part. We really can't see that good. And if you get in the wrong part of the sugar sand, you're gonna get stuck. So, and my stepdad only got one good eye. So it's 2 in the morning. He probably had been drinking. And now he's scared as hell because it's black dark. And now we creeping through this sugar sand and I'm looking out and now that car that looked cool looked worse than Christine. It looked worse than the car. It just looked twisted and dark. And I know my mom was playing tricks on it, but it looked like somebody was in it when we went back by. But there was no lights, no headlights. We couldn't see. Nothing was illuminated. We were just in the dark. And so we finally get to an area where the sugar sand begins to harden up. And he's able to speed up a little bit. And once he gets the car to where we're out the sugar sand, he kind of speeds up a little more because the road is getting more plainer now. And the moment we get to the edge of this private road, every light on that vehicle popped right back on. Once the lights popped back on, and that was a distance of probably 200 to 300 yards. And we had to drive, I know, less than 1 mile an hour because we could not see. So imagine how long that took. But once we hit the road and got down about a mile or two, he pulls over. He whips the car over. He jumps out and he beats on the left headlight. Boom, boom, boom. Then he beats on the other left headlight because there was dual headlights. Boom, boom, boom. No problem. He go to the other side of the car, knock on both. So he hits all four headlights. They don't flicker, nothing. He beats the top of the hood. Boom, boom, boom. They don't flicker. They don't do nothing. We get in the car. He beats on the dash. Nothing shuts off. He says, son, don't ever do that again. And he said, I pray whatever you aim, don't try to go home with us. And when I tell y'all that was the longest ride home that night, but it's a true story. Now I'm going to leave you with one other, and this will go with the picture that you're seeing behind me. That same cousin, Mookie, lived on a country, excuse me, a country road. And we had a basketball game one night, and I would drop him off sometime on the way home from the basketball games because I was the senior that year and I had the car. So we had this game was out of town. So when we made it back to the school, it was probably about 10:30ish, maybe 11 o'clock at night. And so to get from the school to my cousin's house probably took about 20 minutes because it was off in the country. It's a little country school called Art, Texas. If you watch the Dallas Cowboys, um, Overshawn graduated from the same school. Um, okay, so we get my cousin to his house. We drop him off. And I'm driving a Toyota Corolla 1987 five stick. It was white with a burgundy interior. I'm letting you know how much I remember. Had a little cheesy Coleco deck in it. All I could play was a tape that you had to eject, flip to play the other side. I mean, this was nothing special, but I was proud of it. It was one of my first cars. So we dropped my cousin off. After we dropped my cousin off, and his car was a hatchback. That's important for this story. If you know what a hatchback is, that's when you don't have a trunk. It's just a big window down to the back of the vehicle. So you kind of could put more stuff in the back of it. It wasn't an ordinary trunk. Okay, so we dropped my cousin off on this county road. Now, when we get him to his house, we have to take from his driveway, the county road about 4 miles, and then we take a right on the farm market road. If my mom hear this story, it's gonna bother her. But we were leaving his place, and we was driving down this country road. Now imagine this is a 2-lane road that's really big enough for one. But when two cars come, you kind of just edge over a little bit and give each other room as you go by. So, and it's very bumpy because all kind of trucks come through. It's uneven. It's very curvy. It's hardly any straights in this road. And when you drive at night, you know you in your in rearview mirror you can see headlights as they approach whenever you're driving somewhere. You know, you kind of as you glance in your rearview mirror and look up, you can see about a mile back, it's a few cars coming. Okay, because it's nighttime. And remember, I told you, I keep telling you, there are no street lights down there. So you definitely can see when a car is about to approach. So we get about halfway between my cousin's house and the farm market road we need to turn on. And we driving and music's on. And my brothers lean back, looking out the window as I'm driving, thinking about the game we played that night. And all of a sudden, there are bright lights right behind me. not approaching, not coming down the street. It was as if somebody set light on the hatchback on the back of the car. And so I'm looking in the rearview mirror and I'm trying to see what kind of car this is because it's so bright. I hit the little flipper on the rearview mirror. And when I hit the little flipper, it sent the light up, but you still could see a little bit. But there was no shape to this light. It was just extremely bright. Like they were so close on the back of the car, it was just no way I could see. And so now at this point, I'm freaking out. And my brother is getting scared in the front seat with me. He raised up and he's looking. He's like, where did that car come from? And what kind of car is that? And I'm like, I don't know. I can't see it. And it was a stick shift. Now, I can't fly. I can't punch it because this road is it's snaky. It is very snaky. But I'm going as fast as I can go. And I'm noticing when I make the turns, the light, when a car is behind you, when you turn, the light breaks off until the car gets back even with you in your rearview mirror. But with every turn we made, the light stayed right on the back of the car. And so I'm lying to my brother, telling him we good, he all right, don't worry about it, we safe. But I'm terrified. We finally get to an area where it's a straightaway. And for those who know, I was probably in fourth. I dropped that sucker down, hit the clutch, dropped that sucker down to third, pedal to the floor. We out now. And it's bumpy. The road's bumpy, so it looked like we about to bounce up off the road. But my brother, he ain't tripping either. He understand the mission. So I'm to the floor, y'all, and all of a sudden the light is like it begins to slowly get back from us. And I steady speed up. I don't slow down to the point where all of a sudden the light is faint behind us now. Now this is gonna sound far fetched, I know, but this happened. As we got to the stop sign to this farm market road, it's called FMA 50. As we're approaching it, there was a bat standing in the middle of the road, folded arms. And I'll say it was about maybe 24 to 32 inches tall. And when the headlights hit its eyes, they were red. And it was very freakish looking. So now I'm approaching this bat with these lights that I just came from. And so I decided I'm gonna try to run the bat over. So I speed up. And as I get close to the bat, I began to think, what if this is not what I'm really seeing? What if this is something else? So right as I get right up on it, I swerve to the right. I go around it. I get to the stop sign, but I do not stop because there were no cars coming. I swing right on 850, drop down a second, and when I hit fifth in that car, I don't think I come out of fifth gear until I hit the next intersection, which was Highway 31. And that was probably 6 miles, maybe a little less. And when I tell you, I was peeling the stripes up off the road. I was peeling the stripes up off the road. I was bending some pine trees. They was pointing yonder way, showing the direction I was moving. Cause when I come through there, y'all, I come through there. And eventually, the light, I quit looking for it because I got focused on the road. Because once I made it to 850, it's a better street. So I knew this road pretty good, so I drove it hard. And I knew whatever it was going to have to be really quick to stay with me at this point. And I thank God that we didn't crash, we didn't have a wreck, didn't lose control of the car, and no, We did not drink. We did not do any drugs. We was very what you call it? We was big on taking care of our bodies. Let's just put it that way. And that night really happened. So until the next story, y'all. If you like this story, I'm gonna ask you to thumb up, subscribe, like, share, all that good stuff. And I'm about to drop a new skit coming soon, so be prepared for that. And like I said, if you like these story times or if you want to hear any other kind of story, just put it down in the comments, alright? Until then, y'all know my saying, peace, love to the globe. Alright, I'm out.